welcome back to part 2. You're just in time to see me move out with my army and try and do an attack. We'll see how this goes. Check out the army size really quickly. So we're about even. I'm a little bit over, but not by a whole lot. He has more units, but mine, of course, because I'm Protoss, are much more expensive. I'm going to take out a few Overlords here, just because I figured, why the heck not. And that does supply block him, so that's something to kind of keep in mind. Of course, more just popped out, so he's good now. But to keep in mind is, if you take out Overlords, you see some kind of hanging out, do it, because if you supply block them, it makes it that much harder for them to macro. This poor queen gets taken out right away, bringing in the Zerglings to try and take out my Colossus. He's melting them away so quickly. But look at all of these mutas, so many mutas. And they should just snipe this Colossus really quickly, but he's going to go down anyways. On goes my Guardian Shield to try and reduce some damage. But these Mutalisks are going to really decimate my army. You can see here in the army tab that my army is almost completely gone. It went down so fast. And yeah, so he has his Corruptors, so that could be bad. It looks like he's going to go for the Broodling, or the Broodlords to kind of take me out. Let's go see what's going on over here. Plenty of Overlords hanging out, just watching over his hatchery. And this is looking a little bit more saturated. He could be putting more on there to really boost his income. Because now I'm starting to catch up off my 2 normal base, coming in with a bunch of Zerglings to take me out. But luckily I warped in my army here, and they're going to help me defend. Going for the cannon instead of going for the probes, so not necessarily the best choice. Because he got the cannon down, sure, but I'm still mining over there. That's not really too bad. And yeah, you can see my income is still, relatively close to his, being as he has the gold mineral line. So yeah, I mean, off of this one base, I think I got up to about 860 minerals per minute. And so if you're saturated with about 2 to 3 drones per mineral patch, that's good. So if you look here at my probe count, I have about 2.5 rows. That is between the 2 and 3 probes they say for every patch, which is optimal. I think 3 might be kind of overdoing it. You just don't get as much mining per minute if you have 3 as compared to 2. So I just go with the 2 drones. This one not super saturated. I should be getting it up a little bit quicker. And that would help me keep pace. I'm actually even with him right now because he hasn't completely saturated. And here the same thing, not saturated at all. That's one of those things that players need to take note of is macro. Part of that is just making money. If you don't have the money, you can't buy units. So build those probes, build those drones, and that is how you win games. Brought back another Colossus just because they're so awesome. I had to have it, and now I have my one ground attack upgrade. Will help me out a little bit. Should help me out. And he has quite a bit of oh yeah, there they go. Going for the Broodlords already. 16 minutes. And he didn't really make much else besides a few roaches, a lot of Zerglings, and then Broodlords. So that's kind of why I wanted to show you this. That this is one way to go for the Broodlords, and it's a pretty interesting play as far as getting the high yield. And what is going on here? Okay, so he's gonna go for 3 hatcheries over here on the high yield. I don't know if I like this too much. Personally, if you think about it, having more hatcheries, yeah, that is great. You have more larvae, you can do a lot more with it. But the only problem I see here is that they're all on 1 mineral patch. He could have just expanded to any of these open ones, and then you'd have more income as well, so it would make a lot more sense. Coming in, I see his expansion. For a while I thought he was off of 1 base, so I thought, alright, great, I can stop this, and I should be able to win this game, no problem. So coming in here, taking out his expansion. Go me, how awesome is that? But then, I notice behind me, what's going on back here? I see all these Corruptors and Mutalisks. And, of course, get my Colossus out of there as fast as I can. Let these guys kind of weaken them. These Corruptors should have just been taken out of my Colossus, but he goes down anyways. So now it's a lot of air against a lot of ground. And these Broodlords with their Broodlings are really good against ground units, just because your units will go to attack the Broodlings instead of anything else. So that's no good. But take out his mutas, and now it's just his Corruptors that can attack me. And I'm going to take out so many of these Broodlords. Down they go. This one is going to go down. I don't know. No, he gets away, but he's looking pretty healthy. A couple of free kills over here on his corruptors. Let's see. I get 2 of those, and that one has 3 HP, so not too bad. And I still don't know about this expansion with the 3 hatcheries. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, it's over now. I got the 1 base, but he doesn't GG, so I'm like, okay, that's weird. And I should have realized that once these guys came in here, there's a base somewhere else. Let's go back to this attack. A lot of Zerglings, but I have plenty of stalkers, so that's not going to work. And my zealots are in the probe line, taking out more. So you can see the income he's still ahead. But army now I'm pulling away because he spent a lot of money on those expensive Broodlords, but not much else. And finally taking out that Broodlord and bringing in some reinforcements to come and take out this base. Zealots is running around in his main, doing whatever they can. More Zerglings, and this is because I think he used so much gas and you know, kind of teching up to the Broodlords that he didn't have the ability to make a whole lot else. Yeah, big army in his base, not too bad. Looks like he's building some more Broodlords up in the corner. We'll see if he can bring those out in time to save his main. So yeah, back over here with his 3 hatcheries and a few Zerglings. And he's trying to rebuild completely, starting with the spawning pool. Because he just lost his main. But I'm going to take out his really important tech units. Infestation Pit and Greater Spy both go down. So he is starting from square one pretty much. Not a good place to be as any player, really. So both of us are pretty low on the income. Yeah, it looks like I'm mined out. Yeah, this is where he tells me, you need to watch this replay. And when people say stuff like that to me, or even GG, I get really worried just because I've been told GG before, right when somebody pulls out a massive attack and then takes me out of the game. And so when he said, you need to watch this replay, I got really worried, like, oh man, he's going to come at me with something, like maybe more Broodlords at my main or something, and take me out. And so an important thing as a player is if someone says GG, keep going, keep attacking things, and keep building units, just to be safe, because like I said, I've been tricked a few times where I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I won, and then I get, you know, destroyed because I'm not paying attention to something else. But here I believe I'm kind of bringing in more stuff. Yeah, I'm making a bunch of warp rays. I just spammed a whole bunch of starports because, or void rays, sorry, because I realized he had Broodlords, and I assumed that that's what he's going to attack with. So I decided, okay, I need some void rays to do something about it. Get about 3, 4, decide to move out, and make sure I end this game. Because as you can see, he said GG, but he's still playing, he's still making units. So don't just wait for that GG, you need to pay attention and keep going, keep making stuff. Got my 4 Void Rays, no upgrades, but against Broodlords, doesn't really matter because guess what? They can't hit me. That's not a problem. So yeah, he looks like he's deciding to come in and try and attack my main. But he should have realized that at this point, off his 1 base, it's not going to happen. Especially since he has about 200 minerals left on his 1 patch. Going over here, taking out these Broodlords, and my lasers are fully charged up. Just touch him and he goes down. How easy is that? And the Broodlords are done. And at this point I realized if I'm going to take him out, I have to win his main. But a bunch of Zerglings in here taking out my units. And there go my Stalkers. Poor guys just hanging out by themselves. Going for my pylon. I mean, should have went for my main. Ignore the pylon. Not a super important, you know, building. Coming my main, but I have a bunch of these cannons. But there's so many Zerglings that were right for the cannons, so I decided to bring in some Zealots because one Zealot can kill, I think, 3 or 4 Zerglings on their own. But look at that defensive position for my Zealots. They all kind of group up, so no surround for them. My Void Rays coming in here to help clean up the Zerglings. Kind of a wasteful use of Void Rays because, you know, Zerglings, not really any point in destroying small units like that with your Void Rays. Coming in, found his base. He just finished mining anyways. So, doesn't really matter. I came here late. Trying to expand now, but like I was saying before, if he would have built these somewhere else, at a different node, a different mineral node, he could have been mining out of 2 more bases than he is right now. And that could be, you know, the difference between winning and losing this game. So, things to note. clever play putting a hatchery here or expansion here early on, but as another player playing Zerg, you should watch out for that. I should have watched out for that. That was my bad. Also, Broodlords are great, but they have to be used the right way. Having Broodlords doesn't win you the game. You have to have a ground army, and they play a certain role in StarCraft 2. So just making any unit doesn't win you the game. You have to play them the right way. So also, if you have more expansions, which he could have expanded all over the map, and that would have taken me out. That would have helped also. So thank you guys for watching. I'll get this video up ASAP. Well, I guess it'll be there when you watch it. Anyway, so subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys like or don't like, and you guys just take it easy.